Hello everyone, I am Li Feng from Group 7 Team 10. Today, let me first introduce the beginning of Chapter 9, Organizational Culture, Innovation and Change. Okay, let's do it. Okay, let's share a quote from Churchill. People shape the organization, and the organization will continue to shape us. Okay, next slide. In this chapter, we will introduce and discuss a series of issues brought about by organizational culture, innovation, and change. We should define the organization culture first. Organization culture is the spiritual wealth and material form created in the production, operation, and management activities of an enterprise under certain conditions. It includes enterprise vision, culture concept, value concept, enterprise spirit, ethics, code of conduct, historical tradition, enterprise system, cultural environment, enterprise product, and so on. Among them, values are the core of organization culture. Okay, question 1. Microsoft and Intel are giants in the computer industry. Why do you think these large companies have had such a hard time competing with disruptive innovations such as mobile computing? Okay, let's welcome the next student to continue our presentation.
The next slide is what is distributed innovation. Distributed innovation is an innovative activity that runs counter to the development trend of the mainstream market. Its distributed power is extremely strong, and enterprises with common achievements are difficult to adapt to the challenges brought by such innovation. Therefore, with the existing mentality and the interest mechanisms of enterprises, it is really difficult to break through the dilemma caused by the distributed innovation. Enterprises need to start their own business to permit this kind of innovation. Here's an example of disruptive innovation. Therefore, in the past few years, the Microsoft business since we have seen is probably like this. Microsoft, which is not good at providing servers to ordinary users, is actively releasing Windows Phone with extremely power experience to ordinary use under Bimmer's promotion. The system and the Windows 8 operating system will quite size by PC users. In terms of hardware, the sales of small phones and table netbooks are beyond Microsoft's reach, and the gaming business servers is also a big trick. Also, search is growing very well. There is Google in the world. Many customers think that Microsoft is slow, so they'll choose Google and more innovation software. Okay, next I will answer question. Small companies are more innovative. Many people think that large companies or those business dreams will be more innovative. In fact, large companies have a lot of pressure. Small companies only need to manage good products, and then people will buy them. The last reason is the leaders of a small business can often lead the company forward with his own ideas. But big companies often need to think twice about doing one thing, and maybe miss good opportunities by asking other big sheepherds. Okay, next then my partner continues.
We are inspired by question 1. Through analysis, the growth of inspired performance in long-term operation is limited, and the discontinuity is actually the result of creative distraction in the market. When a new competitor acquires new products and technologies that are more acceptable to consumers, the market will readily accept them, and the company that has long been the motion in the industry may be deflated. Question 2. If you were the manager, what would be your recommendations to these companies? For example, the Wanda Group transformation for a traditional real estate industry to a service-oriented enterprise. The reason why Wanda Group as a leading traditional enterprise has developed so rapidly is that Wanda's four transformations have all set the right pace. The first was to develop across regions, from Dalian to the whole country. Cross-regional development refers to the development of an enterprise has reached a certain scale. The development of enterprise space have been limited, or in order to be the enterprise development and expansion of the field of space in original business areas outside the region to carry out a variety of business, production, and commercial activities.
The second was a shift from residential real estate to commercial real estate. Now, next is the third transition is to cultural tourism. Wanda has its own cultural tourism city, which includes the cultural center, a tourist center, a business center, and a life center. The first is the tourist center, has the theme parks and the resort hotels. Then, the business center is a center of shopping, education, food, and entertainment. The cultural center has a large stage show traditional ancient buildings and so on. The living center is equipped with schools, hospitals, and houses. The fourth shift is made towards service-based entertainment. Wanda has accelerated the development of three industries: cultural tourism, financial industry, and e-commerce. At this stage, Wanda focused on the asset-light models, no longer doing real estate, but letting other investors. Wanda share the return with the investors.
The recommendation for these companies: reversal innovation takes products created for small or emerging market and moves them into large distribution. Disruptive innovation: the creation for an innovative product or service that starts out small scale and then moves up market to where it is so widely used it displays prior practices and competitors. As a manager, how would you deal with your employees' resistance to change? Types of resistance to change factors. The first one is individual factors. The second is organization factors. The third is process factors. The fourth is environment factors. There have two solutions. The first is tolerance mechanism, individual trust and sharing power. For example, giving employees some power and trusting them can improve their participation, strengthen their recognition of change, and reduce their resistance relatively.
Organization, open discussion. Through open discussion and sufficient communication, employers can understand the purpose of change and persuade rationally. Why do employers resist change? Process resistance. Old partner change. People are used to working in the past, and change affects their flow. Change of job description. An employer who is doing a good job may be transferred to another position as a result of change. The environmental resistance factors. Realistic environmental considerations. Facing the pressure of survival and therefore have to comply with the requirements of change. Loss. The fear that what you have might be lost through change. Control mechanism. Regular meetings. The main purpose is to allow employers are able to achieve basic goals within a specified time frame. Record tracking. Record tracking is mainly to track the effect of improvement. Copernicus, Perlo's astronomer, mathematician and priest, said before, on many subjects, I have spoken quite differently from my predecessors, but I owe my knowledge to them, as well as to those who first opened the way for the decorum. Our speech is over. Thank you for listening and welcome to ask us any questions.